Hello and thanks for sticking with us here on Spectrum News 1. Let's get right to your top story in this half hour. Family, friends, and the community of Batavia out in western New York mourning the loss of Terry Anderson. The Batavia native, journalist, author, and former hostage passed away. His family tells us he died on Sunday at his home in Greenwood Lake, New York, at the age of 76. Wendy Wright has been in contact with his daughter and others who knew Anderson. She joins us now with more on this sad news. Good evening, Wendy.
Good evening, Casey. Well, many people were not born yet or don't remember Terry Anderson. But for those who do, you know how polarizing his story was. A journalist grabbed off the street in Beirut, a bag thrown over his head, and the reporter stuffed into the trunk of a car. For the next 6.5 years, the people of his hometown of Batavia, New York, would rally for his release and pray for his safety.
Difficult time, and it was heartbreaking. He went through an awful lot, and his heart was broken literally and figuratively.
The Batavia High School graduate would never know how much life would change on March 16th, 1985, when Hezbollah militants would abduct him, and the people of Batavia would never know how this event would shape their community for years to come.
We figured every day we were looking at the news to find out whether or not they were making any headway. Yeah, we were all wearing ribbons. We were trying to be there for him.
The whole community had prayer vigils all the time to try to, get him released, keep him safe.
Yellow ribbons lined the streets and were seen everywhere in town. The number of days Anderson was held in captivity was updated daily on the front page of the local newspaper.
But I think people back then were just hoping in some fashion or another, even though it was an international situation, they brought it back home, I think, to Main Street, Batavia, New York, or any city in the state of New York or this nation.
New York Assemblymember Steve Hawley attended high school with Anderson and was part of the effort to get Anderson released, which finally came to fruition 2,455 days after he was taken hostage.
It's a human being that's in trouble, and we knew him, and we wanted him home with his family.
On December 4th, 1991, Anderson was finally released, kicking off emotional celebrations, ceremonies, and reunions, including a huge Batavia welcome home celebration.
We did hear from time to time what you were doing. We did from time to time get messages from you, heard about your prayers.
A gut punch now for the world to hear of the passing of Terry Anderson. His daughter, Salome Anderson, was a young girl, just 7 years old when her dad was released from captivity. She was happily by his side during his homecoming visits. I was in communication with her Sunday night. Here is part of what she told me. I'm obviously deeply shattered right now. Though my father's life was marked by extreme suffering during his time as a hostage in captivity, he found a quiet, comfortable peace in recent years. I know he would choose to be remembered not by his very worst experience, but through his humanitarian work. My family is obviously deeply grieving right now, and we need some time to process our loss and organize a memorial. We will announce one in time. Many thanks for all the heartfelt condolences we have received. And here's something Terry told me over the phone during one of my last conversations with him.
I'm doing fine. I'm retired. I'm doing some useful things and some charitable things. So I hope I'm still being useful to my world, which is what I strive to do.
Salome mentioned just some of the work she believes her dad would like to be remembered for, including his humanitarian work with the Vietnam Children's Fund, the Committee to Protect Journalists, homeless, veterans, and many other incredible causes. Our deepest condolences to her and the rest of the Anderson family. Casey.
Yeah, he certainly had an impact for sure. Our Wendy Wright reporting for us. Wendy, thank you so much. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest news and weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.